my whole life I've been a huge fan of things like wrestling, Marvel, and Star Wars, and I'm very passionate when it comes to that. So I like to collect a lot of things. I have a ton of wrestling stuff, a ton of Marvel stuff, and a ton of Star Wars stuff. And I can make probably 1,000 different types of videos on all the different things I have. You can see in my background here that I have just tons of things. I love to collect things. I am a collector. So I thought, you know what? I need some ideas for my videos this week. And I thought, I haven't done a video on Star Wars yet. I've done wrestling videos. I've done kind of the trailer breakdowns if you look at my channel for the Marvel trailers that have come out in the past couple weeks. I have yet to do a Star Wars video, so I figured if I'm going to make videos about my collections, let's kick it off with Star Wars. So we're going to do that today. We're going to talk about the things I have in my collection when it comes to Star Wars. I grabbed a few things I have over here. I didn't grab everything. Like you can see, there's some Funko Pops and stuff. I have a ton of Star Wars Funko Pops back there. I have some in my closet. There's still some things in the back there that I didn't grab because I just thought, like, I don't need to grab everything. I did take some photos of some things like my Black Series figures that obviously I'm not going to be able to kind of grab and show you guys, or we'd be here all day. So I will insert some videos here, but there are a few things here that I did grab that are notable, and while talking about them, I can kind of talk about the things that are also in the back. So let's get started. So up first, we're going to talk about some helmets. I only have 2 helmets. First one is one of my prized possessions. It is the reforged Kylo Ren helmet.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
It has those modes where you can press this little button here on the mask, and it will say a voice line.
Show me again the power of the darkness.
But it also does have, I'll do one more so you can hear maybe.
I'm immune to the light.
He's immune to the light. But there is another mode where you can kind of turn it into a voice changer. I'm not going to do that right now, and it doesn't sound too great compared to some other kind of maybe more fan-made masks that do a better job. But it does do the job. It does kind of conceal your actual voice. It is up here that underneath this little pad you can kind of lift up with Velcro. It's the switch to turn it off or turn it into kind of voice mode or into like voice sound mode or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I got this at Disney Springs at one of the Star Wars stores. I think somebody for my birthday gave me a $100 Disney gift card, and this thing was like $170 or something like that. So basically, I bought this, used my gift card, so I basically got this for $70. I wanted the original one when it came out, the first one that came out in 2015, but I didn't have the money to grab it, obviously, and it did sell out pretty fast. So I missed out on the original one. So when I did see this one, I also thought, oh, damn, I'm going to miss out on this one too because I don't have the money. But then once I saw it there and I realized I had a $100 gift card and I only needed to pay $70 for it, it was a no-brainer. So this was kind of a birthday gift from someone. I don't remember exactly who gave me the gift card. But yeah, this was kind of a birthday gift. I was with my friends. I got this year around my birthday. So yeah, I'm super excited that I have this. I do like the light up kind of thing that he had in The Rise of Skywalker. I like how it does the voice lines, and I do like, even though it's not too great, I do like how you can kind of turn yourself into Kylo Ren. He's one of my favorite characters. You can see I'm wearing the shirt. Yeah, Kylo is one of my favorite guys. You'll probably see a good amount of Kylo Ren stuff in my collection. Him and Anakin are probably tied at my favorite when it comes to Star Wars characters. So yeah, super excited I have this. Next up, I have a Mandalorian helmet from the, obviously, Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian. I got this in, I believe, 2019 or 2020 when it was coming out. Yeah, this is not like the Black Series one. I got this on Amazon. I don't remember the seller. It wasn't like a company. I think it was just a person that was making these and selling these because I did buy it. It was like $50 or something like that. I did buy it. The first one that came was absolutely destroyed. It was horrible. So I kind of just went to return it through Amazon. I did return it through Amazon. I got my money back, and then randomly this showed up on my doorstep. Obviously, it's a different one. It's not the same one. But, so yeah, I practically got this for free, I believe, because I did get my money back, and the seller just randomly sent me a new one. I don't know if it was like a lost in translation thing. I have no clue. And I'm not going to doubt it because it is still decent. Yeah, I do believe it was kind of just made by one person or something like that. It's not an official licensed Star Wars product. As you can kind of see, the visor here, or the stuff here, it's like held in with like double kind of like tape and stuff like that. It's not great. It is kind of homemade, but for like $50, it is pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it is pretty awesome. It does fit my head. And it kind of just sits on the shelf. So again, for $50, but again, kind of for free because the person just sent me one for fun, I guess, or for no reason, just to be nice, which I do appreciate. So basically for free, it just sits on my shelf. and like when you're looking at it here, you can't even really see that it's kind of wonky. So when you kind of just look at it, it's not bad. So yeah, I'm happy that I have it. It is a cool little piece. It's not official, but it is a nice little piece. Going into kind of the smaller items that I have a ton of little kind of trinkets and fun little things. So first off is this little magnet from the Galactic Star Cruiser. Yes, I am one of the people that did go on the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. That is a video that I do have in mind that I don't want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it here too much, but that is definitely a video idea I wanna do, is talking about my experience on the Galactic Star Cruiser. But overall, I had a good time, and I'm very grateful that I was able to go on it. So yeah, this little cool magnet. It's like a clear magnet. It is a magnet. You can see on the back. There's the magnets. But yeah, this clear magnet of the ship, the Halcyon. I think it's pretty cool. Sticking with the Halcyon, when you get on to the ship itself, you get a pin that says Halcyon Star Cruiser. This was to kind of tell the people when you go into Galaxy's Edge. It was to tell the people, the cast members working in Galaxy's Edge, that you are a guest on the Halcyon, and not that you were supposed to be treated differently. I think it was just supposed to, for story reasons and things like that, it was supposed to help them just kind of notify themselves and whatnot of who, who's in the park that is a part of the Galactic Star Cruiser. But it's a great pin. I love it. I think it looks really nice. Another two pins I have, I did build lightsabers in Galaxy's Edge, so two lightsaber building pins. When you build them, if you don't know, when you build a lightsaber in Galaxy's Edge, you there's different types of lightsabers to build, and when you do that, they give you one of these pins, again, for the cast member and for all the cast members inside of the actual experience to know what kind of set to give you. So this is like the Peace and Justice one, and this is the Power and Control. And these are official licensed Disney pins. Not that they wouldn't be, but like, these aren't just random pins that Disney made. These are, I don't know if you can see it, but it does have the Disney pin logo on it, so that's really cool. And these are probably, when it comes to pin trading, I have a ton of pins. That's another video I can make. But when it comes to like pin trading, these are probably a little rarer because they are technically in that thing, but not. This isn't something you can just go into a store and buy. You can only get it when you do that experience. Another pin that I have here is pretty cool. I got this, I think, like 2017 or something like that. It's a pin, but it's really like a name tag. It is a Star Tours Naboo name tag. It says Kyle and Orabesh there, the stuff that you can't read. That's the Star Wars language. Orabesh, it says Kyle, it says my name. Coruscant is my favorite planet, but when you picked, they have a certain set list of planets that you can kind of pick. Naboo was the only one that I kind of wanted. Coruscant wasn't on the list, or else it would say Coruscant. But yeah, it's just like a cool Star Wars thing. Small little trinket. I think it was like $8. You get it. I think you could still get it at Launch Bay. That's where I got it, at the store in Star Wars Launch Bay at Hollywood Studios. At the time, I was a pass holder, and I think this Star Tours design it says annual pass holder collection. So I think they have certain ones, or they did have certain ones, certain designs that were just for annual pass holders. And then they have other ones that just say Star Wars and stuff like that. So yeah, I've always loved Star Tours, and it's a cheap little cool gift you can get somebody or get yourself for a pretty small amount. Says your name in the Star Wars language, says your planet, and yeah, this one says Star Tours, so it looks like I am a cast member on Star Tours, which is kind of cool. Another small little thing that I have here was given to me by my father. This is a 1 of 1,000 or 1 of 999 silver coin. It has Darth Vader walking down the hallway with the stormtroopers. I don't know the company on the back there. I'm not sure the company name. It doesn't say a company name on here. It just says 2016. So I don't know the actual company that made this. But yeah, it's a pure silver coin with a Star Wars kind of design on the front. Yeah, I think this is really cool. A small little thing my dad got for me for Christmas one year. And now my dad's no longer with us, so I do really kind of treasure it. It is a really cool design, and it is really sentimental to me. I think it's really nice. Another small little thing I have here, I found in my closet, which I thought was kind of cool. It's a Burger King toy from Revenge of the Sith. It is Darth Vader, but you can open it. And on the inside is Anakin Skywalker. Small little thing that I think is pretty cool. Just a little small thing that I found in my closet at the last second that I think is really just a little fun, little neat thing. I'm a kid of the 2000s, so the prequels are my favorites, but also I have like such nostalgia for like Happy Meal toys and Burger King Happy Kid toys, whatever it is, like kids meal toys. I have such a strong little connection to, so having that is really cool. Going back to kind of Disney parks, kind of back to the Star Cruiser a little bit. I have I have 4 here, Magic Bands. I had the Kylo Ren one from 2015, and I used that a lot, but I don't know where it went. It has completely disappeared on me. I have no clue. So these are all kind of more recent. These two, let's see if I can, there we go. This one is when you get onto the Star Cruiser, they give you a magic band. Mine, it is kind of personalized. It says Kyle on it. So yeah, when you get on the Star Cruiser, they do give you this magic band to kind of get into your room, to do things in Galaxy's Edge, da 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 da. But I think it was more so just on the ship for you to kind of get into your room, or if you have some issue with something, they scan your magic band to pull up your info. So yeah, I think it was called like a Starlink band or something like that. But yeah, so that, another probably more rare kind of magic band because it is only available for people that stayed on the Star Cruiser. I have another Star Cruiser one that was not given to me. This one I bought. They had a shop inside of the Star Cruiser, but then also when you left, they had a little kind of kiosk kind of deal on your way out, just in case you know, change your mind last minute before you get in your car and leave. That you did want that thing, you did want that shirt or whatever. They had a little kiosk on the way out. So we kind of did a majority of our shopping there on the way out. So this one is another Star Cruiser one. I think it says, yeah, it says Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser on it. And then it says Batu, Coruscant, and Bespin. Those are the three places that you go to on the ship, I believe. You only actually go to Batu because you obviously get off. But like when you're going through space on the Star Cruiser, you were in orbit around Coruscant and Bespin at certain points. So these are kind of the three landmarks of the story, I guess, of the Star Cruiser. So yeah, this one we bought. I don't remember the price. It's probably the same price as any normal Magic Band. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I love Magic Bands in general, so I saw this one. And I figured, even though I do have this one that was given to me, I figured, you know what, this one might be a little rare and whatnot, so I might as well just grab it before I can't grab it. Two more that I have here. This one is not mine. This one is actually my mother's. It is kind of like the Women of Star Wars one. So it has, on this side, it has Padme, Hera, and Rose. And on the other side, it has, looks like Rey, Leia, and Ahsoka. And then on the front, it says Star Wars with kind of a, I guess maybe more girly kind of purple shining stars and whatnot. Yeah, this one's not mine. It is my mom's. But so here's the thing: we were going on a Disney trip. My sister's wife has never been to Disney, so they were coming here. This was around 2023. They were coming here in the summer, and we were all going to go to Disney. So I'm a sentimental person. I'm kind of a family person, so I kind of spent my money on getting everybody a Magic Band. I obviously have a ton. My sister has some that she kind of left here. She lives in Virginia currently. So she has some that she left here. She always kind of enjoyed the Magic Bands. My mom had like one or two. And Leah, who is my sister-in-law, she had never been to Disney. So when we were planning the trips, and basically I was kind of going through everything, and I was the one that was buying the tickets and planning everything. I figured, you know what? Let me splurge and let me go out of my way to make sure everybody gets a cool little Magic Band. So basically, I bought myself one, which I'll show in a second. I bought one for my sister, one for Leah, and this one for my mom. The funny part is, it's never been used. I think it is linked to my mom's account, but she didn't end up getting to go on that Disney trip. She was, I think she was sick that day. She woke up sick or something like that. So she didn't get to go on the trip. So funny enough, this is not mine. It is my mom's, but it's never been used. And I never even really gave it to her because she didn't use it. So I just kind of threw it in my closet with the rest of them. So yeah, this one's not mine, but it is kind of in my collection. So it's my mom's, but I think it is really a cool design. It is the Women of Star Wars. I love it. I think Ahsoka looks really cool on there. So yeah. And my last one here is the one that I bought for that trip. It is the, I don't know, it says Greatest in the Galaxy. I don't know what the name of it is, but it is just kind of a generic cartoony Star Wars one. I love the cartoon vibes. I love how it has Maul, Kylo, Stormtrooper, Boba, or Clone Trooper, Stormtrooper, whatever it is, and Vader. And on the other side, it kind of has the heroes of like the original trilogy and Rey. Yeah, I just think it's really cool. One side is the the Rebels, and one side is the Empire kind of deal. So yeah, I think it's just really, really cool. It is a Magic Band Plus, like the women's one is, so it does light up and whatnot. I think I only use this once or twice. I don't have the annual pass. I don't go to Disney as often as I used to, so I think I only literally use this like maybe 2 times. But yeah, so those are my Star Wars Magic Bands. I have other Magic Bands that are Marvel and whatnot, but those are my Star Wars ones. So sticking with kind of theme park stuff, I feel like a lot of stuff you're gonna see here is from Disney parks, just because I feel like that's where I've gotten most of my merch, at least in the past few years. So first here, I have the Sith Wayfinder from Galaxy's Edge. A couple years ago, I went to Disney with my cousin. I think he went with us on that trip, and he had an extra day, and I think I had an annual pass at the time, so we went and spent 2 days or something like that. I think he had 2 days. We went to Hollywood Studios, I think, one day, and Epcot another day. So yeah, we basically grabbed this when I went into Hollywood Studios. I thought it was really cool. It does, if you turn it on, I think the batteries are off, but the batteries might be dead or needs a charge or something. But it does turn on. It does do the stuff that it did in the movie. But also, if you take one of the Galaxy's Edge Kyber crystals, I believe, and put it next to it, it will kind of detect it, and it will give you information about the planet that I guess the Kyber crystal is supposed to be from or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Small little thing. I haven't used it too much. Kind of sits on my shelf, but I did think it was kind of cool. Another one that I have here is the Jedi Holocron. This one, let's see if it'll turn on. If I do that. No, it needs a charge. But yeah, Jedi Holocron, it's something I got my first trip to Galaxy's Edge in 2019. I made sure to grab it. I've always loved the Holocrons. I think they look so cool. But when I saw that you can get the Kyber crystals and you can put it in there and it'll give you voice lines from a character, I thought that was even cooler. In the back, I don't think you can see, but back there, I do have Kyber crystals. I think I have all of them. I think I have red, green, blue, purple, yellow, and white. So I don't have the kind of like other ones they came out with, like there's the black one. I don't have that one. I don't have like the what is it, like the fortune telling one or whatever. I don't have those, but I have like the generic colors. So yeah, if you put a Kyber crystal in here, it'll give you lines from somebody. Like if you put purple, I know one of them. I think the one I have is Mace Windu, but I think there might be one or two other characters. But yeah, so I thought it was really cool. And then when you turn it on and stuff, it lights up. I can't get it out, but there you go. That's the compartment that you would put the Kyber crystal in, and then you would hold the two sides together, and it'll change color into the color of the Kyber crystal, and it'll give you the voice lines. So thought that was really cool. So yeah, got these from Galaxy's Edge a while ago. First trip and probably last trip I got these. I do want the Sith one, but I just haven't had the chance to get it. But yeah, I have more stuff from Disney parks, but this one I just grabbed. This is not from Disney parks. This is from my childhood, actually. This is a Star Wars pop-up book. I don't think pop-up books may even still be a thing. I'm not sure. But as a kid, I feel like they were all the rage. I saw them everywhere. So Star Wars, a pop-up guide to the galaxy from Matthew Reinhardt. I literally got this as a little kid, and I still have it. And it still is pretty much intact. So when you open it, the paper forms something like that. Or this one I know works really well. The Rancor. Let's see. There we go. The Rancor will pop out. Things like that. Small little thing. I saw it when I was grabbing things. I saw it in my closet. I said, this is something that is different and something I've had since I was literally like probably 4 or 5 years old. So yeah, I love it. R2 and 3PO. Something small, something cool, but very sentimental, and something I'll probably hold on to as long as I can. Because yeah, it's from my childhood, and I think it's really, really cool. So I had a name for this guy, and I totally forgot what I did name him. I should have maybe printed out some sticker or something and threw it on him so I would remember. But I did have a name for him. Totally forgot. When we went on the Star Cruiser, I had been to Galaxy's Edge before, and I had already built a lightsaber when we were on the Star Cruiser. But when we were going on, it was me, my mom, my uncle, and my cousin. They had obviously not built anything like this, any droid, any lightsaber. So we were already going crazy with the price. And so it was one of those things where we kind of just said, screw it, and we went even crazier. So we all ended up building lightsabers, second time for me, first time for them, and we all built a droid. So this is my guy here. I don't, again, remember what I named him, but he is Astromech with the purple and silver and the black body. Yeah, nothing too much I can say about him. I think I may have grabbed a personality chip, but I don't remember which one I grabbed. So yeah, this is my little guy that I built in Galaxy's Edge when we were on the Star Cruiser. I have some videos and stuff that we've kind of took playing with them when we got back on the ship in the lobby, and a few other people had their droids as well. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, this is my little droid, my little buddy, my companion on my kind of adventures, I guess you could say. So yeah, really cool little astromech that I built in Galaxy's Edge. The last things I'm going to physically show you before we get into kind of the stuff that I have photos of and whatnot are kind of my lightsaber collection. So I have Kanan Jarrus' lightsaber. This was another case of right before I stopped having an annual pass. It was one of my last trips to Disney. I had another $100 gift card for whatever I got for my birthday from someone or for Christmas or something like that. So at that time, I knew I was going to Disney in a couple days, and I think they legitimately had announced this a day or two before I went to Disney, and I knew I had that gift card. So yeah, I was like, well, Kanan Jarrus is one of my favorite characters. Star Wars Rebels in general is one of my favorite just Star Wars things. So when I saw them announce this, and I knew I had this burning $100 gift card in my pocket, it was a no-brainer to get it. I was just hoping that they would have not, that they wouldn't have sold out by the time I got there. But luckily, waiting in line for a minute, waiting in line for like 40 minutes, I finally got up there. They still had them in stock, so I do have the Kanan Jarrus Legacy lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge. Now the two lightsabers that I built. This is the one I built when we were on the Star Cruiser, the Power and Control one, because I already kind of had a light side one, so I knew I had to buy or had to build a kind of dark side one. At the time, the only crystal is kind of a joke. The only crystal I needed that I didn't have was green. I already had a red one that I had purchased, so the only crystal I needed was green. So I built a dark side lightsaber and I picked a green crystal. So I thought that was funny. No one else seemed to care, but I thought it was funny to have like a evil kind of dark side, almost imperial looking lightsaber with a green kyber crystal in it. But when I got home, obviously I switched it and I put the red one in there. So the red one normally stays in here. I don't play with these too much. They normally just stay on the shelf. But if I'm showing it to somebody, or if I get the urge to kind of, just turn it on, I will go throw in the batteries. I keep the batteries out. That's something I could tell y'all. If you do buy a lightsaber, take the battery pack out and just leave it next to it, because something I dealt with the first lightsaber I built was that anytime I did want to pick it up, it was like not working, and I thought there was like a problem with the wiring. Turns out no, it's just when you put the batteries in, it's just constantly running. Even when it's not on, it's still running and it drains the batteries. So that's a pro tip. Take out the battery pack. Don't lose it, because it isn't just batteries you put in there. It is like a certain pack that goes in the bottom here. So don't lose it. Just put it there. I have it just behind the, that's where I keep them. And I have it on a box. I just kind of keep the battery pack behind the box. So, yeah. Long story short, this is the second lightsaber I built when we were on the Star Cruiser. Is my Power and Control kind of dark side of me kind of lightsaber. My mother built the same exact one, which I thought was funny. She didn't know what I was building. I didn't know what she was building. And when we were finished, we were both looking at it. I'm like, Mom, you picked every single piece that I picked. So that's funny. We have matching lightsabers as well for the dark side. And the first lightsaber I built, this one has the most kind of sentimental, I guess, value to me, because it is the first lightsaber I built from my first trip to Galaxy's Edge. It is the kind of peace and protection, or whatever it's called. It's kind of the old, not the normal kind of Jedi one. It's like the old Republic kind of style. And it does have the cool Loth Cat kind of thing on the end. I have the normal piece. This is the normal piece that was on it for a while, but when I had my annual pass and I went to Disney, it was when they announced these cool little animal end caps. There's a Loth Cat one, there was a Wampa one, there was a kind of Morai one, but Loth Cats are my favorite Star Wars animal, so I made sure to grab this. I think it was like $20, which is kind of a lot, but it is very hefty. It's not like plastic. It is very nice, very cool. So yeah, this is the first lightsaber I built. I keep a purple kyber crystal in there. Purple is my favorite color, and so I just kind of think if I'm a Jedi, that purple would be the color of my lightsaber. So yeah, I normally keep a purple kyber crystal in here with my little Loth Cat kind of end cap. I think it's really cool. And yeah, this lightsaber holds the most sentimental value because it is just a very, not that the other one isn't, it obviously is. It was a really great trip with the Star Cruiser, but this was the first time I really experienced it and got to build it. And this was kind of what my heart was drawn to, was this old Republic kind of style. So yeah, I also have the connector. I knew I had the two lightsabers I built, and so when I was there, I a couple years ago when I was there and I still had my pass, this was $25, which is, again, is a lot, but it does give you the opportunity to connect both your lightsabers. I'm not going to do that now because it does make it very long and kind of bulky and annoying, but I did think it's just cool to kind of be able to put both my lightsabers together and have a dual bladed lightsaber. So small little thing, but it does make your lightsaber a little cooler, because then you kind of have a lightsaber staff, dual wielded, double bladed Darth Maul kind of style lightsaber. That's all the stuff I'm going to show you in hand right here. The rest of the stuff I'm going to show you is stuff that I have photos of that I took that are around my room. So to the side of me here are a few little trinkets that I have. I have a ton of kind of Kylo Ren Black Series figures in the box here, as well as some. I have a little figure. There's a little Darth Vader figure, and there's a little kind of movie theater. I think it was like a drink topper or something like that. I don't remember what movie we were going to see. I think it was in 2020 or something like that. Me, my mom, my aunt, and my cousin were going to see a movie, and there was some soda topper thing that my mom wanted, and the lady basically just gave it to her. I don't remember who it was, what it was from. I think it may have been like Olaf or something like that. And I basically was like, "Oh, can I buy the Kylo Ren one?" And she just handed it to me and said, "Just have it." I think it had been sitting there for a while. I don't think anybody was buying it, and it wasn't even on like a shelf as a display. It was literally like in some little glass like thing. It looked like it wasn't on sale. They just had them extra, and so someone just threw them there on like a little display kind of. So yeah, the lady just gave it to me as just this little Kylo Ren like soda topper thing. Yeah, some Kylo Ren Black Series figures I have, a little Kylo Ren like Playmates toy, a Darth Vader statue kind of thing, and this Star Wars Galactic Heroes. Some of y'all may have seen this and gone, "What is that?" And some of y'all may see this and just get instantly transported to your childhood. That's what happens with me. So as a kid, I collected those Star Wars Galactic Heroes. My whole childhood, I loved them. I thought they were awesome. I had not all of them, but I had a ton of them. I had the Millennium Falcon playset that they came out with. I had just a ton. I was obsessed with the Star Wars Galactic Heroes, and I also had some of the Marvel ones as well. And then later on, kind of similar, the WWE Rumblers were kind of WWE's version. I had a ton of those. But yeah, so a few years ago, me and my cousin were talking about them, and I think we kind of both like agreed that we missed them and we kind of wanted them. So I went on eBay and I bought that one for myself. And it was around Christmas time, so I bought that for myself. And then I bought him a pack. I don't exactly remember which one I got him. It may have been, I think it was Han Solo and Greedo or something like that, because Han Solo is like his favorite Star Wars character. So I think it may have been Han Solo and Greedo or something like that. But I bought him that one for one of his Christmas gifts. And while I was at it, I bought that one for myself. And so that's where it stays. And every time I look at it, I just get a cool little wave of nostalgia that hits me. Another section of my room here in these photos is kind of my other lightsabers. I have the Galaxy's Edge kind of legacy Ben Solo lightsaber. Again, Kylo Ren. Ben Solo is one of my favorites, tied with Anakin. So I have the Ben Solo one, and I have the Kylo Ren one. The Kylo Ren one is not the Galaxy's Edge one. That one is kind of just the Black Series one. I remember my sister was in, she was in like basic training for the Navy, and she was in Pensacola. We live in the Tampa area. She was in Pensacola, and so me, my mom, and my dad went up to kind of visit her and spend like the weekend with her while she had the weekend kind of off. We went to one of the malls up in Pensacola, and there was a Ross inside of the mall, and we basically I saw that sitting there. They had a ton of them, and it was only like $80 instead of like $180. So it was severely marked down, like most Ross kind of have things. So my parents bought it for me. They kind of used it as a Christmas gift. I think we were closer or getting closer to Christmas. It may have been like August or something like that. So they got it for me as a Christmas gift because they didn't want to, it was early, but they didn't want to leave and then don't see it, because obviously I really wanted it. So yeah, we got that as kind of a Christmas gift. And the Ben Solo one I got as a birthday gift a few years later. Me, my mom, and my aunt took a day and went to Disney Springs, and my mom got me the Ben Solo one as a Christmas gift. I have an Ahsoka poster there. I love that show. I got it for kind of free. There used to be this thing called the Disney Movie Insiders or something like that I was signed up to, where anytime you basically either bought a movie on DVD or bought a movie through streaming, or if you went to the movies, you would get points, and then you can turn those points into prizes. And normally there's a catch where you still have to pay, $12 to ship something. With the Disney one, there was no catch. The shipping was totally included, so anything that you use your points on was totally free. I have a ton of stuff. I have a ton of posters behind my Funkos. I've gotten certain Funkos from there. Unfortunately, it closed down, and I miss it. But that Ahsoka poster is one of the things that I did get. I love the show. I can't wait for season 2. And so yeah, I grabbed that as a cool little thing with my points. And as well, next to that, you'll see a printed out photo of me, Theo, and Mr. Cameron Moynihan, or Cal Kestis, as well as me, Theo, and Sam Witwer, who played, Starkiller. And there's a poster in the middle. So we went to Ocala Comic Con like 2 years ago, and they were there, so we split the kind of price of the photo ops, and we went and met them, as well as Keith David. I have a photo back there of us and Keith David as well. And if you made a purchase at like the Ocala Comic Con kind of merch booth, they gave you that poster, and I really love that poster. I think that artwork is beautiful. So I bought an Ocala Comic Con hat for like $15, and I got that poster for free. So I hung those up as well, because I just have really good memories of that day. We had a great time meeting them. We went to the Keith David kind of Q&A as well. And yeah, just an overall great day. Me and my cousin Theo spent in Ocala just meeting some of our favorite Star Wars characters and whatnot. And I just love that poster. I love that art. Next here, I have my Star Wars Black Series collection in the photo here. I'm not going to break down every single one I have. I could probably make a whole other video on that. But yeah, just something I've collected for a while. That is the main Star Wars kind of thing that I collect, is the Black Series figures. I haven't bought one in a little bit, but I think the last ones I may have got were those Acolyte ones, and I love those. I love the show. Don't see the hate it got. But again, that's a whole other video for a whole other day. So yeah, it's just something I love to collect. Some of my favorites, the Anakin one, my Kylo Ren. I love the Ezra ones that I have, the Kanan, things like that. I love that Ahsoka show, like I said, so having those ones from Ahsoka with Sabine, I also love. But yeah, there's not too much to say there. I could break them all down individually in a separate video if y'all want, so leave a comment maybe if you want that, going through my whole Black Series collection. But just a quick overview, yeah, my Black Series figures, I love to collect them, and I've got a ton. Now, the last little two things I have here, I have this really cool, quick kind of quilt that I got here in this photo. I have it above my bed. It's a little off-center because I have a replica belt also on the wall, so I had to kind of move it over a little bit. So it is a little off-center, and it kind of annoys me, as well as it annoyed my friend when I showed it to him. But it is what it is. I just live with it. It's not the end of the world. But we got this from Star Wars Celebration, I think 2017. It was in Orlando. Me and my mom went. My mother, she's a girly girl, but she kind of had a son and was forced to get into Star Wars. She's not really into Marvel. She's definitely not into wrestling. But there was something about Star Wars, something about how beautiful and tragic that story is, that she fell in love with Star Wars as well. So that's something cool, that I love Star Wars and it's such a big part of my life. But it's also a cool connection that me and my mom have, where we both have this love of Star Wars. So we went to Celebration Saturday, I think, in 2017. And I don't remember the price, but in the Celebration store, I fell in love with this kind of quilted kind of throw blanket. And so I just hung it up on my wall instead of kind of using it. I didn't want to use it and ruin it. I have dogs. I didn't want to take a chance of them peeing on it or something like that. So I just threw it on my wall. I think it's really beautiful. And my last piece is one of my prized possessions for real. I know I said my Kylo Ren helmet was my prized possession, but this is truly one of my prized possessions. It is a signed Carrie Fisher photo. Now I will say, like, Princess Leia isn't like one of my favorite characters or something like that. I do love her, but she's not necessarily one of my favorite characters. But this has a very special place in my heart. It is Star Wars. Anything Star Wars I love. So having it is really incredible, and the fact that she's no longer with us makes me cherish it even more. But this isn't something that I went and got signed personally. I didn't meet her. Unfortunately, I would have loved to meet her. This was something that my father kind of had. For those that don't know, my dad owned a pawn shop where he kind of took in different things, whether it be collectibles or tools or anything. He kind of, if he saw a way that he may be able to make some money off of it, he kind of took it in if someone was willing to sell it. So yeah, I guess somebody at some point years ago came in with this signed Carrie Fisher photo. It is authenticated and whatnot, I believe, but it was something where my dad bought it, and I know I saw it in the pawn shop, but it wasn't on sale. It was in his office. But then at some point, I know one day I kind of walked in his closet to grab something, and I saw it sitting on the floor in his closet, which I thought was interesting because it was in the pawn shop. Unfortunately, he never gave it to me. I feel like that was the plan. I think my mom said the plan was for my birthday that year that he was going to gift to me this Carrie Fisher photo. But unfortunately, that year my dad passed away before my birthday, so he was not able to give it to me, unfortunately. But when we were kind of cleaning out his stuff and we were, kind of having to get rid of things and his clothes and whatnot, we were cleaning out his closet. We found that in his closet, and my mom just handed it to me and kind of told me, like, this was supposed to be something he gave you, and he won't be able to give it to you. But she gave it to me, and yeah, so that's just something that I really hold near and dear to my heart because it's kind of the last gift, I guess, that my dad gave me, even though he didn't get to physically give it to me. It was, yeah, kind of the last thing that my father kind of gave to me and gifted to me. So I'll keep that forever. It's not something I'm ever selling. You could probably get great money for it on eBay or something like that, but I'll never sell it. It's going to stay with me forever because of the fact that he gave it to me. So, yeah. And that's my video. It's a bit of a longer one, but, I got a lot of stuff. And there's still some stuff that I could, grab and show you that I didn't show you. But I figured we'll keep it there for now, and maybe I'll make a part 2 with some other stuff. But again, I do have a ton of other stuff like Marvel and wrestling. Wrestling is definitely the main thing I have. I can make 10 videos of all of the wrestling toys, memorabilia, shirts, all that kind of stuff that I have. But yeah, so we'll start it off with Star Wars there. If you like this video, make sure to hit a like, hit a subscribe, leave a comment. Let's talk about some things that you have in your Star Wars collection, or maybe point out something that you have that I also have, or something that you like that you don't have that you thought was really cool that I had. With that said, I will see y'all in the next video. And yeah, let me know if you want more of these because I have probably 20 videos worth of things that I can make a collection out of. So yeah, I'll see y'all later.